But how was it for you personally? For you, because as I said, Casey and Jojo, you know, as singers, and you had your brother who, as a producer, as a you know, he started the Basement. He had, you know, he got Timbaland, Missy, Static. You know, he goes. What was it? What were you, then? What was happening with you?
Oh well, I was part of the Basement with my brother. So
Okay.
yeah. So in the beginning, like I brought Missy to my brother. Missy brought Timbaland. I brought Stevie J in. So we were all part of that whole unit. What was going on. So at those times when we was working on the Basement, I did Sister's first remix, brand new, the video they put out,
Mm.
what Missy Elliott was in.
Yeah.
So you need to do your homework, man. I'm
No, no,
disappointed.
no, no.
You need to do your homework. You might need to do your homework, but at the same time, at those times, I was producing for Death Row. I did a lot of stuff on Above the Rim soundtrack. I did 2 songs on Dangerous Mind with Michelle Pfeiffer, the movie. I did Aaron Hall, Curiosity, and Me and Static did a song that I wrote and produced for Static. Let me see. I worked on Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige. I worked at Wu-Tang Clan. I did songs with Raekwon, Ghostface. I was working. That's what I'm saying. You need to dig up some stuff, man. So, it wasn't like in the street with a sign, help wanted sign, feed me for dollars. No, I was working. So it's like, at the time I was still like, then I started working on my own ideas. I started putting out my own ideas. So this is when I started creating the Mr. Dalvin sound that I wanted for myself as a solo artist. Perfect time. Casey and JoDeci doing anything, and I'm producing and I'm writing, I'm appearing on people's songs. I'm like, let me just start working on my stuff. The ideas I had, the songs I got. And so
but by this time the question then becomes, because during the Jodeci success you'd realize, wow, the money's the business side. When you are now doing stuff as a producer and a writer, were you a little bit more tuned to, okay, I need to keep my publishing, I need to know that side, and so at least or was that were you able to balance it out better now?
Well, yeah, like when you take time and because the music is always going to be there. You're going to always have creativity. Then now you got to be a perfect balance. You have to get your business straight. It's not just about keep writing and writing and writing and producing and writing and producing and don't have the business side straight, because you just be working and chasing dollars when the dollars are supposed to be chasing you. What I'm saying? You got publishing over here. You have to balance it and know where it is. Okay, I'm here, I'm working just as much, but I'm getting paid. I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. So you don't want to just keep working and not having nothing. So you have to stop at some point and get your business straight. Then you continue to work.
Yeah. And which, because especially in I can get to the late 90s into the 2000s, the producers become more of the they shape the music.
Right.
Back when you guys started, it was the group had the artists had the sound, and the producers had to try and add to the sound. Then we started to get Timbaland, the Neptunes. We started to see artists chasing the beats. When you started to see the shift and it started to shift towards hip hop a lot more, how did you sort of shift the direction that you were going to take as a producer?
Well, me, I've always been a hip hop head. I brought the hip hop to Jodeci. I was like the hip hop flavor to Jodeci. I was Eric B, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. Like I said, Wu-Tang Clan. I was always infused with hip hop. So, like I would be the rapper in the group, we on stage, and most of my attitude on stage is more like the rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like I was always in hip hop. I brought the hip hop element to Jodeci, the break beats, everything that we did, like remixes, the freaking remix with Ghostface and Raekwon. So it's like I always would bring this, and so I would keep us, hip hop guys, rappers love Jodeci. So it wasn't like we was just a soft group, like, we was just real soft. We made it cool for rappers and, for thugs and drug dealers, everybody to play Jodeci, because it wasn't cool for guys to ride around and pump slow jams in their car until Jodeci came out, because we looked like, we just like they homeboys. We wasn't like all sequence suits up and, 3-piece suits. We had the hats on back with the jeans sagging, the latest sneakers on. We had the Jordans. So people started looking at us like, okay, I'm gonna dress like Jodeci, because we got the latest fashion on. They didn't go to rap and they looking at Jodeci. See, we had on the leather pants. Rappers wasn't really, we the first group that had tattoos, 2 earrings. We broke a lot of trends in music if you go back and look. Like, so we did a lot of different things. My brother's the first person to have a tattoo on his face. Mike Tyson got that tattoo after my brother got it.
Wow.
So, you know, so he saw DeVontae's tattoo and got a tattoo. Now everybody got their whole face covered with tattoos. So, all of the tattoos on the arms and everything. Wasn't no R&B groups doing that. You know, a lot of rappers were doing that. You know, NBA players definitely wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
You know, so now it's like we started a lot of trends, and you know, and we always stayed ahead of trends. So it wasn't like we felt like, oh man, now it's hip hop taking over, because we was hip hop and we was R&B. We was everything. And so it wasn't just like we stuck, you know, just singing, you know, doing the two those songs. You know, it was just, we was in front of everything. So
in the 90s, there were two camps. There was the artists who wanted to be like Jodeci. So you had, you know, Drew Hill, even Blackstreet to some extent.
right.
And then you had those who wanted to be like Boyz II Men, As Yet, and the rest.
Right.
Did you see what was your impression about who the competition was when you guys were coming out?
Well, you know, like they always pit us against Boyz II Men because we started at the same time. We were both powerhouses, and like you said, we're two totally different groups, and so everybody fell up under the category either, like you said, Boyz II Men or Jodeci. We didn't, you know, our first tour was Jodeci and Boyz II Men and MC Hammer. So every night we would kind of go back and forth, kind of like Prince and Purple Rain and The Time. It was kind of like they were two different. It's like, you know, they kind of like challenging each other. So we came out with the raunchy, the stage show, and you know, the routines and everything. But as the tour went on, you saw boys making a little more raunchy, a little more Jodeci-esque, you know. So, you know, they started bumping and grinding. You know, they lift the shirts up. You know, we came out with, you know, the Heineken's in the hand, the shirts off, and dog chains. That was just us, you know. So, you know, you're more like Guns N' Roses, the Black Guns N' Roses. So
yeah, yeah. No, you know, I remember interviewing Rift Nitty, and he says, you know, they came out very similar to like Boyz II Men, but they wanted to be like, everyone wanted to be like Jodeci because you guys had, you know, the music was, I won't say the hood, but it was like that's R&B, and Boyz II Men, you could hear them on, you know, Kiss and pop stuff,
right.
And that was like the streets and stuff. But you guys, did you look to anyone and think, well, these are the people we want to try and aspire to knock off their perch?
No. I mean, no, it was just like we found our own lane, man, and we stayed in it. You know, and anybody that got in our way, they rolled with us or got rolled over. It was just like, that was basically what it was. We didn't look and set out to destroy anybody. We just did what we know how to do. You know, I don't think that was a thing like, oh, we're gonna be better than this, or we're gonna be better than God, be better than this. It was like, we just did what we know how to do, you know? And people would always put us, you know, Jodeci, can y'all, Jodeci better than this, better than that. It was just like always, you know, we got called out on Verzuz the other day. Somebody called us out, like we mind our own business. I was laughing at KC, and I saw a certain group, they called us out, called out everybody. And we was kind of laughing at it. And I was like, you know, that's cute, man. You know, that's cute. So, you know, you know, people always want to come after the Kings. They want your throne. So, hey, it is what it is.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.